Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be among all of you this afternoon, all the way from Dubai, UAE. Our next panel session is an important one, a topic on women entrepreneurs in MENA. I will be joining an elite panel of accomplished women on the subject, but before that, of course, a few words. Thank you, Dr. Najat. Thank you, Gazelle Advisory Group. And thank you, Oxford University, for bringing us all together under one roof on it's been such a great morning, interactive, listening to such great speakers on a region which may feel for a lot of y'all, which is very far from here, but we're so closely connected. Golden age. I really consider this to be a golden age for women entrepreneurs, which has finally begun. The stars have aligned to help trigger the trend as robust ecosystems churn out enterprising females equipped with inspiration, know-how, and funding. In recent years, the rate of women entrepreneurs has been growing at a percentage, at least double that of male entrepreneurs. Now, I wonder why that is happening. Now, the reasons may be very complex, but most of the female entrepreneurs today are women who have left the corporate world because their ambitions haven't been met. Or it could be that they were unable to shatter the glass ceilings. But whatever it may be, there's a positive take from all this, and that is female talent is not being lost. And of course, 20 to 30 years ago, women who left the corporate world would want to stay at home, ended up being very miserable and unhappy because there were very fewer career options and immense challenges. Today, of course, talented, ambitious women have a career option to become entrepreneurs and CEOs of their own companies. So it's all very, very positive. And of course, most importantly, they are strong contributors of economies. We definitely have witnessed a growing trend in female entrepreneurs in the MENA region, but unfortunately, women in MENA have the lowest rates of total entrepreneurial activity at merely 4% of the population. You'd be surprised to learn that the highest rates globally are in sub-Saharan Africa at 27%. Latin American and Caribbean economies also show high levels at 15%. And in only 7 economies, just listen to this, it's only in 7 economies, Panama, Thailand, Ghana, Ecuador, Nigeria, Mexico, and Uganda, where women actually have equal or slightly higher levels of entrepreneurship than men. Now, I've been asked to talk about the landscape of entrepreneurs in the MENA. And it's very difficult to generalize or make any generalizations across the MENA region because of its heterogeneity and diversity of their historical development of MENA, social makeup of their system, governance, and of course, as well as the key indicators of human development, such as health, education, and living standards. I will, of course, focus only on GCC and UAE because I probably have only the next 5 minutes to cover this. And in UAE and the wider GCC, the worth of female entrepreneurship today is $385 billion, which is part of an economic transformation for the region. And we've had a fantastic top-down approach where the GCC governments have personally been very engaging in promoting and empowering women and encouraging female entrepreneurship. UAE, of course, is a leading example and probably a pioneer for the wider region, where it has a clear aim to raise the country's ranking to one of the top 25 countries in the world on gender equality by 2021. It set up its first UAE Gender Balance Council, and this has emerged as a role model for women's empowerment in the region. Women entrepreneurship has increased from 4% to 13% only in the last 6 years. It's all very, very positive. But am I dare to say that there are no barriers? Of course there are barriers. There are a number of barriers, and I think some of this we will touch upon during a panel discussion. And they may, I think it's very important for me to highlight that, there are a number of external barriers, but also equally, I think there are a number of internal barriers which we women impose on ourselves. And I will want to conclude on this because I see it too often. I see it among women. I see that they're, very well qualified and they've got the know-how, but they lack the confidence. They've got the passion, but they're fearful. And I don't understand why. But I'll share with you 2 examples. A man gets a job, right? He grabs it. He doesn't care that he's half qualified. He doesn't even assess himself. He grabs it. A woman is offered a job. She spends her first 5 minutes self-criticizing herself, self-assessing. Am I right? Can I do it? Can I not do it? And her response to that job opportunity too often is, do you think I can do this? Right? Another example, which I see it too often. A woman does a great job. She hides behind her desk, thinking that somebody's going to notice her good job. Or ultimately, someone will recognize it and come and probably award her a trophy. That doesn't happen. A man does a good job or a great job. He's up and down in the lift. He's celebrating his success. He's meeting everyone from the office clerk to everyone he's acquainted in the lift, whether he knows him or doesn't. And he's celebrating the big news, the big achievement, as if he's won Olympics, right? And these are some inherent personalities, inherent in our DNAs. And I'm not saying it's right and wrong, but I would encourage all the female entrepreneurs, the women in the audience, lead fearlessly. Thank you.